The Miami Heat are stuck, and I don't say that lightly. This is a franchise that's built its identity on culture, development, and competing every single year, but right now, that identity feels outdated. The Miami Heat are 11 and 12 since the start of the new year, drifting right back towards what they've quietly become, a perennial play-in team. Not bad enough to reset, not good enough to contend, and somehow surprise every year when the ceiling shows itself. And nowhere is that problem more obvious than with Kel'el Ware. You don't draft an uber athletic, high upside big and then bury him in inconsistent minutes, unclear roles, and spot usage. That's not development, that's stagnation. Talented players don't magically figure it out when the runway keeps disappearing. So today, we're doing something Miami hasn't seriously committed to in a long time. We're moving on from the previous era. That means real conversations about trades involving Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro, and even first-time All-Star Norman Powell. Not because they're bad players, but because timelines matter, and this one no longer lines up. And yes, that shift likely extends to the sidelines as well. A rebuild means stepping away from the compete for a championship every year regardless of the talent level approach. And that could mean a mutual parting of ways with Erik Spoelstra. One of the best coaches in NBA history, but a coach whose entire ethos is maximizing veterans and squeezing every last win out of the present. That philosophy doesn't always align with patience, experimentation, and long-term development. This rebuild is about resetting the clock, not clinging to respectability. We're prioritizing youth, growth, and cohesion, with Ware, Jakucionis, and Jaquez as the pillars, and making the tough offseason moves needed to fully turn the page. No more half measures, no more playing Purgatory. Time to rebuild the Miami Heat the right way. Yeah, I've been wanting the Miami Heat to do this for a very long time. Just reset, because they are almost literally, to a freaking T, the definition of mid. This team just isn't good enough, man. Like, I don't know how many other ways to say it. They're just not good enough to be a serious play-off team. We saw them get absolutely spanked last year in the playoffs in the first round against the Cavs, and the ceiling has been reached. It's time to pivot away from this timeline. Shout out to Norman Powell being a first-time All-Star. I'm just going to let Erik Spoelstra rock out and keep. If we're being realistic, like, Kel'el Ware is only going to get 17 minutes a night right now because Erik Spoelstra is still the head coach. But I'm just going to let him rock out on these rotations. Whatever he's able to get out of this team, so be it. If he brings us to the playoffs, then yay. Another play-in tournament appearance, another 8th seed. But if not, and we bottom out and we fall out of the play-in tournament, then we definitively have a lottery pick, and that would be fantastic for the type of direction I'm wanting to take with this rebuild. So I'll just see y'all at the end of the season. God damn, how many injuries. Actually, no, I lied. I'm gonna stop here so that we can give Norman Powell a team-friendly extension. He's gonna want a guarantee. 3-year extension, front-loaded, starting at $16 million per year. So this is a team-friendly extension, contract that can easily be traded in the offseason. And we're pulling up on the end of the season, and we are currently 6th in the conference, 45 plus wins, 46 and 47 and 35. So yeah, shout out to Erik Spoelstra. He was able to lead a second half of the season turnaround, and we have more playoff basketball in Miami. Obviously, by the tone of my voice, you can tell how excited I am. We're facing Atlanta in the first round. They had a second season stride as well. And this is like, these are the sliders I play on. Normally the simulator difficulty is on 50 just by default, but for my rebuilds I put it on 55 just to make it a little more challenging for myself and kind of increase the realism. So but we are playing Atlanta. Obviously CJ, Dyson, Kispert, Jalen Johnson, and Okongwu. Since we got all the way up to the 5th seed, it's likely that we actually make it out of the first round. So let's just see what happens. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough, losing Davion Mitchell. But we are, like I said, we're able to get out of the first round to face. Okay, all right, we're still facing a number 1 seeded Detroit Pistons team, and we take. Oh my god, bro. Dude, why does Terry Rozier keep getting injured? Is Spoelstra actually playing this dude? But I think we were up 3-0 and we might blow a 3-0 lead. We don't. Okay, so we make it to the conference finals. Let's see what's going on in this playoff run, man. Okay, Tyler Herro's on an absolute heater. Norman Powell's still hooping. Terry Rozier was actually hooping too until he got injured. Kel'el Ware is still coming off the bench, but look at that production. This is not a realistic rebuild yet because he's getting 25 minutes per night right now, but he's averaging a double-double off the bench in the playoffs. So Kel'el Ware is hooping. It's good to see because he's going to be the focal point of my rebuild moving forward as we get absolutely belt to assed by the Knicks in the conference finals. We got Knicks, Timberwolves in the finals, and the Timberwolves bring belt to ass against them. God damn! It might look a little worse when it's the announcement that there's a mutual parting of ways between us and him, but we're moving on, man. I wanted to be involved in this freaking lottery, but Spoelstra just foiled those plans for me. So we have the number 20 pick. Eric Spoelstra and the Heat have mutually parted ways. So now we're going to look to sign our coach for the future. Low-key, I might want to give Sam Cassell a shot at head coaching. Definitely not Darvin Ham. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take control of the Celtics because 2K won't let me actually sign assistant coaches. Whenever you try to hire a team's assistant coach, they just get blocked. Do you want to allow it? Yes, allow. Okay, boom. Sam Cassell is our head coach, so he gets his shot. 2K doesn't let me trade the 2031 pick, so we're just going to trade away the 2030 pick to the Clippers for the Pacers pick because of that protection, they actually get this pick this year. All right, boom. AJ DeBonsa goes to Washington. Darren Peterson's going to be paired in the backcourt with Halliburton with Zubac as their pick and roll partner, and Cam Boozer goes to Chicago. Caleb Wilson goes to the Brooklyn Nets, just like in my Brooklyn Nets series. So I'm just going to go to like 10 here. I didn't know Acuff was 6'5". I thought he was more of a smaller guard. Yeah, he's 6'3" according to ESPN. So I think this draft class is a little inaccurate here. He actually projects to go number 15 according to NBA DraftNet. So I might look to trade up to around there. And I think he's the type of player I should try to add because we need some more offensive upside. And OKC's at 13. I don't think I can make a trade with OKC. Maybe I can do something with Chicago. So let's see, 15. So I go up 5 spots. So 20, second rounder in 2027, and Drew Smith to move up 5 spots in the draft. Nice. Okay, so hopefully Acuff falls to 15. Yes, Fuda, OKC. Quaintance to LA. Fantastic. Darius Acuff, welcome to the Miami Heat. I'm going to go ahead and make him 6'3". And Wiggins accepts his player option. Obviously, we're going to bring back all 3 of these guys. And now this is where it gets fun because I'm going to look to make quite a few offseason trades. Okay, so the Pistons obviously flamed out in the playoffs. We know how much of a need there is for them to add shooting, and they didn't do it at the trade deadline in real life. So we'll go 2028 unprotected and 2030 unprotected, and Braylon Mullins for Norman Powell. 2030 pick and 3 second-round picks. What? I feel like I'm undercutting Norman Powell's value here by accepting this trade. So look, they don't want Norman Powell? Fine. Fine by me. I'll go to my next team. I'll take this bad Dorian Finney-Smith contract. But also give me some second-round picks as well. All right. Good deal, I guess. We get a first-round pick. I really did want Braylon Mullins, to be honest. Yeah, let's go ahead and make this deal with the Pistons. Ron Holland and a first-round pick for Tyler Herro. We get a young wing that's on under team control, rather, for a couple more years, and we get a future draft pick. So, nice. Hell yeah. And then last but not least, we need to trade Bam Adebayo. All right, I'm going to offer this to the Lakers. This is going to be the framework of a much larger trade. It's just 2K doesn't allow me to do it. I want another first round pick from the Lakers here. I'll take their 2032 first round pick along with Jared Vanderbilt, Quaintance, and Dalton Connect. So I'm taking back kind of a bad contract in Jared Vanderbilt, and I'm getting a couple of young players, hopefully with some upside for me. And they're getting their center that they need. Under contract, a law partner for Luka. they're going to decline. All right, fine. Just Jarrett Vanderbilt, Jaden Quaintance, and a 2032 first round pick. All right, so they agree. As soon as they're able to trade away that 2032 pick, I'll go ahead and give that to myself. Kind of selling low on Bam's value. It would have been a larger haul if Bam were traded maybe a couple years ago. But with all that being said, oh, maybe I should trade Andrew Wiggins too. But hang on, let me look at my team here. So I'm going to look to play Jakucionis and Darius Acuff in the backcourt together at some point. Jakucionis is more of a point guard. I'll keep him there. Let's move Acuff to the 2-guard primary, point guard secondary, and I'm going to go ahead and make him 6'3". So comprising my backcourt is Davion Mitchell, Kasparis Jakucionis, Kelly Larson, and Darius Acuff. On my forwards, I have Jaquez, Wiggins for now, Holland, Vanderbilt, Jovic is still here. Oh my god, okay, I have way too many power forwards. But a lot of them can play center, like Quaintance, who really should be a secondary center. So just imagine this as a part of like a 3-team deal. Okay, I'm going to make this deal with the Hawks. Grant Williams and a second for Dorian Finney-Smith. I guess they just like Dorian because he's a more consistent 3-point shooter and a little more versatile on the defensive end. Who else do I want to trade here? Out of this crop of power forwards I have, I'd love to trade away Nikola Jovic, but I don't think he's tradable. I mean, does anybody want Andrew Wiggins' expiring contract? And I'm going to make this trade with the Hornets because they really want him. I'm going to take their... Ooh, do I want this top 3 protected pick from... Yeah, I do, because Dallas is really good in this game. Yeah, I'll take that 2028 top 3 protected pick for Wiggins. They just want more defense on the wing, some more athleticism and size there. Those are going to be all the trades I make in the offseason. So now I'm going to look to add some vets to mentor some guys. So, all right, so maybe Malik Beasley comes here to revitalize his career. I know some scandalous shit be going on in Miami, so let's try to stay away from that, yeah. I do have to give out a lot of money here, so I might just add somebody like a Peyton Watson. I'm going to sign Nurkic to be a mentor for Kel'el Ware. Nurkic has had like a low-key really good season. I think Oubre can be a good mentor for, what's his name, Quaintance. I'm going to give Peyton Watson a very large contract. It's going to be a 2+1, $30 million on the first year, $31.5 on the second year, then have that team option for the third year. Because we have to sign a big guy like that, or a big salary like that to get above the salary floor. All right, so we get all 4 of those guys: Beasley, Nurkic, Oubre, and Watson. And then, oh wow, LeBron actually went back to the Lakers. Okay, they might be really nice. And now I'm just looking for a mentor for Darius Acuff. Or rather, a mentor for Jakucionis, like on the playmaking side of things. Chris Paul? He ain't retire? Come here, get your bag, and be a mentor for Jakucionis. We'll give you the farewell tour you actually deserve, my guy. But we have some nice development. Peyton Watson, 85 overall. Jaime Jaquez, 83. Kel'el Ware's up to an 81. Holland's up to an 80. Jakucionis went up to a 78. Now, for this upcoming season, I want to bottom out. We have our pick. It is lottery protected, I'm pretty sure. Yes, the 2027 first round pick is owed to Charlotte Hornets, but it is lottery protected. So as long as we're in the lottery this year, we will keep our pick. And let me go ahead and look at the tendencies for our players. Obviously, Peyton Watson kind of is our number 1 option now. All right, this is going to be the rotation. Backcourt of Kasparis and Darius. Forward duo of Watson and Holland. And obviously starting at the 5 is Kel'el Ware. Off the bench is Jaime, our 6th man, with Nurkic, Oubre, Davion Mitchell, and Malik Beasley. I'm going to have Quaintance start out in the G League for now, or not. Damn, is that no longer an option in 2K? I know I haven't done it in my past rebuilds, but I thought you could still assign people to the G League. All right, that's unfortunate. Does 2K have it right? Our pick, yeah, lottery protected to Charlotte. So let's go ahead and bottom out, y'all. We're not playing for Spoelstra anymore. We don't have to sell our soul for a playoff run. Let's see how this season goes. And I know some of my rebuilds in the past have been pretty quick. This is probably going to be like a 4 or 5 year rebuild, just because it's going to take a little while longer to develop the core pieces of our team. Okay, Nurkic has a somewhat serious injury, and that's our backup big. So we're going to get Quaintance a little bit of run now. And Quaintance has been pretty solid. 6 points and 3 boards in about 11 minutes. So I think I'm going to keep playing him. I'll drop his minutes down to 10. Right now, in the middle of January, we are 17 and 25, 13th in the conference. I'd like to bottom out a bit more, but it's a little harder to do that in the Eastern Conference. Shout out number 1 option, Peyton Watson, 18 points on 54, 40, 75 splits. Jaime Jaquez, 16. Oh, he's having a career year. He's also going to be up for a new contract, so maybe I trade him at the deadline because I don't really want to pay him all that, but he's been playing really well. Jakucionis, 15 and 6 assists, 50 from the field, 42 from 3, 90 from the free throw line. God damn, he's hooping. Darius Acuff, rookie 2-guard, 14 and 5. Okay, this might be low-key the backcourt of the future right here. And Kel'el Ware having his kind of breakout year, 14 points, 9 boards, 2 blocks a night. Not shooting as well from 3 this year compared to last, but he's still having a good year. Record-wise, we are, 20th. I wanted to be closer to, oh! Trouble in La La Land. The Big Four is not working. Yikes. Sorry, Bam. I thought y'all would be hooping. That's tough. But I wanted to be around here, and we are overperforming. I mean, it's not like the 2027 draft class is that good. He is my second best player by rating, and I kind of want to bottom out, so I think I'm going to... Oh, or do I keep him? No, let me keep him. Maybe I can bring him back on a team-friendly deal, but I might want to look to offload somebody else. Like, Houston wants him. They're going to give me Steven Adams and a future swap best between Houston and Dallas in 2029. Yeah, they're 5th in the conference. Looks like they just want some more forward depth off the bench, and they have Clint Capella, so thank you for your services in Miami, Kelly. Hope you enjoyed your time. Anybody want Pele Larson? Because I kind of took him out of our rotation entirely, and he does not want to be here. Yeah, I'm going to send him to the Spurs. Basically, matching contracts between Larson and Reed here, but they're going to give me a swap best between Boston and them in 2028. So yeah, that makes sense because we just weren't playing him, and he is a talented player, so he should be playing somewhere. And that'll be the last trade I make, to be honest. We can go ahead and, I gotta revamp the rotation. But hopefully these trades allow us to bottom out and get to like the bottom 3 of the Eastern Conference. Okay, I did not bring back Spoelstra in an effort to be ass, and we're flirting with a play-in tournament appearance. So this is where some shadow injuries are gonna happen. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep giving Chris Paul minutes in his last NBA season so the fans can see him. And you know what? We are paying Nikola Jovic like 16 M's per year, so I gotta get something out of him, right? And honestly, Darion Reed really intrigues me as a prospect, so I'm gonna play him instead of, oh no, Darius Acuff, strained hip. Okay, yeah, we don't want to take any unnecessary risks. We just have a lot of guys that are banged up, unfortunately. So unfortunate that Yet we still beat Atlanta and Charlotte. Oh my god. We're gonna actually make the play-in tournament. Okay, thankfully we lost like our last 4 games. But Wemby MVP, Cam Boozer, Rookie of the Year. Jaime Jaquez still gets 6th Man of the Year. Shout out to him, 17, 4, and 3. Darius Acuff makes all rookie first team. No Quaintance appearance on second team, unfortunately, but we get the 10th spot. These were the stats on the year. I know I showed them earlier, but obviously Peyton Watson led us in scoring. Jaime was our second leading scorer. Jakucionis, really good year too, honestly. Almost 50, 40, 90, bro. Just one more layup and you would have got it. Kel'el Ware did his thing. He went up to 15 and a half and 9.5 boards. Our offense was actually good. 12th best offense in the entire league. Obviously our defense was going to be a lot worse this year, but I'm fine with that. And we'll see what happens in this play-in tournament. Nice, we lose the very first game. We still have some lottery odds to jump up, maybe into the top 4. We have the Spurs versus Pistons in the finals, and the Pistons win. Who did I give them? I gave them Tyler Herro. Shout out Tyler Herro, who had a torn meniscus. Did he play most of the season though? Yeah, he played a little bit in the playoffs. Yeah, he played 7 games in the playoffs, so he did contribute to their playoff run, and he wins a chip. So I'm happy with that. Chris Paul retires. And lottery, okay, we probably have like the 9th best odds. We have, oh, wow, it's actually at 13. And we have Brooklyn's pick projected at 10. So if our pick is here, then obviously we don't jump up. But if it's not here, then we're in the top 4. Okay, we don't jump up there. So this is where our pick is projected, number 10. And we do not jump up. We got 2 chances to jump up in the lottery. Now, I can definitely trade up if I wanted to. Like, obviously we have our backcourt of the future with Acuff and Kasparis. Small forward position right now, that's Peyton Watson. Power forward, abundant. We have a lot of players at this position, but maybe not our player of the future. We'll see how Ron Holland continues to develop. And we still do have Kel'el Ware. Or I can, well, if I were to trade up, it would be trading up for a guy who I think could be my long-term power forward. Or I can use both of these selections and kind of fortify my depth moving forward. Stokes, Cam Williams, Bruce Branch, and Ola Dotun went. Christian Collins would be the best player available at 5 if I wanted to trade up to get him. Grizzlies. Let's see if we can make something shake here. Let me move up to 5. You guys also have, what, the 8th pick and the 16th pick. So you're going to have plenty of bites at the apple. I just want to move up here. So you get an additional first round pick for the future and an additional second round pick for the future just to move down 5 spots. Ah, okay. You want to play a little bit of hardball. I understand that. 2028 swap best with the Spurs, or between the Spurs and the Celtics. No, along with 2 second round picks. No, you can get 3 first round picks for 1. Goodness. Okay, I really just wanted to take Christian Collins. I think he's the best selection for us there, and we still have our pick at 13. So whoever falls here, definitely going to take best player available. Okay, he's a lot taller than his brother. I think his brother is like 6'3". Jackson is 6'6". Is that true? I'm gonna have to fact check that, but best player available. Some perimeter shooting to add. I kind of like that. Christian Collins is a 76 overall, and Jackson Richardson is also a 76 overall. So I think these were both the right selections. Looks like Jordan Smith Jr. was the better player than Christian Collins, but I think it would be harder for him, like managing his minutes with the backcourt that we already have. Even though I was really high on the upside of Darion Reed, I'm not going to bring him back. And we are going to definitely bring back Kel'el Ware, Ron Holland, and Jakucionis. So I think Ware and Holland are on the last year of their rookie deal, right? Yeah, this is Holland's last year, and this is Ware's last year. Okay. And we don't have our pick this year, so I kind of want to be good. We're going to bring in Dante DiVincenzo on a 2+1, starting at $13 million per year. And then let's go ahead and bring in, oh wait, no, we just got to bring back Jaime Jaquez, and he doesn't want that much money, to be honest. So yeah, we'll go ahead and give him a 4-year deal starting at 17, and it will go up over time. He's in the prime of his career. This offseason, it was more focused on the draft. The offseason before that was more centered on the free agency period. Jakucionis goes up 6 overalls to an 84. Holland's up to an 83. Kel'el Ware's up to an 82. Now, Darius Acuff didn't take the jump that I would wanted him to take as a 20-year-old, so maybe he's not the shooting guard for the future. We'll continue to monitor that. Now, Ron Holland would resign. He wants a bag. This might be a deadline trade for sure. Kel'el Ware, we're definitely going to bring back. We're going to give you your bag starting at $20 million. I'm not too sold on a Ron Holland extension right now. Oh, and I forgot we drafted Christian Collins. So we've had a couple of injuries to Kel'el Ware and Peyton Watson. I'm going to go ahead and get Collins into the rotation. Okay, so now this is actually the rotation at full health. Starting lineup exactly the same, but our bench is composed of Jaquez, DiVincenzo, Nurkic, Quaintance, Jackson Richardson, and Christian Collins. Okay, pulling up on the trade deadline, of course we're going to stop. 31-21. This is the exact type of season I wanted to have. We're 4th in the conference. Let's just go ahead and look at team stats first. Offensive rating, we are 7th. Defensively, all right, our defense is where we're lacking a little bit. We're middle of the pack defensively, though. And in terms of rating differential, we're 8th best in the entire league. Peyton Watson still leading the way, 18 points a night. 56.5 from the field, 38 from 3. Bro cannot hit a free throw, though. Kasparis has gone up to 17 a night, 8 assists a night. Efficiency still really good, picking up right where he left off from year 2. It's Kel'el Ware up to 17 and 11, 2 locks a night. So he got the bag and he did not fall off. Career year, his 3-point efficiency is also increased as well. Darius Acuff, kind of consistent from last year, but his 3-pointer has fallen off a cliff. So that's a little worrisome. Jaime, consistent 6th man for us, 15 a night off the bench. Ron Holland, the man who wants $30 million per year, is having a damn good year. He's having a damn good year. So he's kind of worth the money, kind of, because we know that defensive impact is going to be there. He wants that bag so much that he decided to shoot 36 from 3 as a career-long 25% three-point shooter. Jackson Richardson is kind of struggling from outside in year 1, so I might take away his minutes moving forward. And Quaintance, not really developing as I would have liked him to develop at this point. Okay, here's the thing, right? I don't really want to give Ron Holland $30 million per year, but I also don't want to fall off. So, and honestly, something like this would be what I'd be looking to get back in return. Somebody who's under team control for a couple of years, so I wouldn't have to worry about giving them an extension in the future. Miles McBride, 3-and-D 2 guard on a good contract, and I could get a first-round pick from New York. And Josh Hart, well, I guess they just want to upgrade at the starting power forward position. I mean, they're 7th, so I guess they're just grasping at straws at this point. So, yeah, honestly, like, I don't think I was going to bring back Ron Holland in the offseason at a $30 million per year price tag. Bringing in a veteran that can play immediately in a role and not take anything away from our team. He can fit seamlessly. They want to move Peyton Watson to the 4 and bring in Jaime, but I like him off the bench, though. I could start just playing Jaden Quaintance at the power forward position, because we know we kind of need some defensive impact. He can't space the floor, but that's why we have Kel'el Ware. I think this could be the move. Okay, so now this is the rotation. I like this a lot, actually. Starting lineup of Kasparis, Acuff, Watson, Quaintance, and Kel'el Ware. Off the bench, Jaime, McBride, Dante DiVincenzo, Nurkic, and Christian Collins is the 10th man in the rotation. Taking Richardson out of the lineup just because he's kind of been struggling, and we're getting closer towards the more important stretches of the season. It really makes a lot of sense to have Quaintance in this position because he's going to be the 5th option. We're going to ask these guys to create offense way more than Quaintance. He doesn't have to create offenses at all. Honestly, that's good. He'll improve our defense as well. Oh my god. Okay, Jovic. This is why you're paid 16 M's a year, in case our starting power forward gets injured for the year. That's probably going to hurt his development too, like Quaintance's development, so that sucks. Yikes, and we have slid to 9th in the conference. That trade is looking a little worse with Quaintance having a season-ending injury. Yeah, we just went from 5th to 9th, so the East is just tightly compacted, but we are going to finish 44-38. Wemby, another MVP. Jordan Smith, I passed on him. I passed on Jordan Smith at 5, and he wins Rookie of the Year. Alright, so we were the 8th seed. We have 2 shots to try to make it into the play-in tournament, or make it out of the play-in tournament and into the playoffs. So we'll see how game 1 goes. We give up 145. I forgot they have AJ Diabonsa as well. Okay, so now we face... Oh, no! Dang, we lose 2 games in the play-in tournament and we're not making the playoffs, so we are going to give up a lottery pick. It would be crazy if it jumps into the top 4 this year. So that kind of sucks. I had a lot of aspirations for this year. We were the 4th best team in the Eastern Conference at one point. Giannis is in Golden State. Going against the Wizards from the play-in tournament to the NBA Finals. They win 2 games, but it's not enough. Giannis wins Finals MVP. All right, let's just see where our pick lands. It stayed at 13, so we just gave up the number 13 pick. Not tripping over that. And I don't think we have any picks at all this draft. Sam Cassell, this upcoming year is going to be a really important one. I expect to make the playoffs and not make the play-in tournament, so I need a 6th seed at the very least from this team this year. Looks like we have a 2nd round. Oh, wait. We have 2 picks in the lottery? We're just going to take best player available. That will be Nathan Solomon. I guess I really was not paying attention. The other best player would be Josh Leonard. I don't know any of these players, but we're just going to keep it moving. I'm going to bring back Peyton Watson. Obviously going to accept the options on Jakucionis, Acuff, and Quaintance. Now, I feel like now we're in a position where we've kind of established competency as a team, and we still are Miami. So I could maybe go after a top-tier guy. Steph is still in the league, but he played in... Was Steph traded for Giannis? That would be insane. I feel like I could go for a top tier guy. John Morant would be kind of fun. Just don't have any cap room. I'd have to free up quite a bit. I don't think there's a clear avenue to getting enough in space to sign somebody like Ja. Cause yeah, I'm capped out. I can only offer like a mid-level exception, so I don't know if I can sign a superstar like that. I could use a better backup center than Yusuf Nurkic, so okay, I'll sign Mitchell Robinson then. I think I still need to add like a superstar caliber player if I want to actually or eventually contend for a championship. But we have some nice development here. Okay, A-Cuff did take the next step. 82 overall. Jakucionis still continues to improve. Watson, I guess he's reached his prime. Starts to go down by one, and Kel'el Ware took another step. Okay, so we're developing just at a slower pace. Okay, so we're going into year 4 of the rebuild. We made the playoffs in the very first year, or half year, which doesn't really count. And then we were in the play-in tournament, I think, in back-to-back years. So yeah, now definitely this is the year we need to make the playoffs. Okay, this is the rotation right now. Not really going to go too in depth on it because Quaintance is still injured. Oh my god, bro. First game of the season. A tough start to the season, but I think it's something we can bounce back from. Okay, Kasparis is back as we enter December. And Quaintance is back as well. Before I just immediately bring him back into the... Oh my god, Christian Collins has been pretty bad. He's been pretty bad. And I drafted Chris Collins at 5th overall, so selection is not looking too great. Especially because I passed on the reigning Rookie of the Year. Okay, but at full health, this is the rotation. Kasparis, A-Cuff, Watson, Quaintance, and Kel'el Ware. Off the bench is Jaime, McBride, Robinson, Christian, and Dante DiVincenzo. Alright, I'm going to be really looking at how Quaintance performs, because yeah, he's kind of developed a little slow at this point of his career, slower than I would have liked him to develop. But I mean, he's back and we're winning games, so maybe we just need that defensive impact. Okay, I think this was our exact record at the last trade deadline. 30-21. This time we're 3rd in the conference, 9th in power ranking. Offensively, 2nd best offense in the entire league. Defensively, we're middle of the pack defensively. I feel like we were middle of the pack defensively last year too, but we can take that with a little bit of a grain of salt because most of this year was played without Jaden Quaintance. But Darius A-Cuff has taken the mantle as the team's leading scorer, dropping 21, 6, and 4.5. Efficiency, okay, that 3 ball has come back. 46% from 3. Kasparis, 18 and 9, career high in assists per game, and he's looking to have a 50-40-90 season. Peyton Watson is now our number 3 scorer, and then Jaquez off the bench, 17. Kel'el Ware, consistent from his last season's output. Jackson Richardson this year is having a really good season. Shot has arrived, dropping 10 a night off the bench. Okay, and then Christian Collins. Okay, we might have to look to package him in a trade. Quaintance in 26 games played, having the best year of his career. 8 points a night, 6 boards, 52% from the field. Basically a steal and a block a night. If I look around the league, right, teams that might be rebuilding, I'd be looking for like a high-level 2-way wing to add. Jaylen Brown is now 32, so that's a little scary. Jason Tatum is 30 though. And the Celtics are 12th in the conference. So this makes the money match, and then we would throw in some really good draft capital. So Peyton Watson, Jaime Jaquez, and 3 first-round picks. I'm going to try to lowball them at first. Let's see if I can just make this happen with 2 first-round picks. Add the trade exception. Okay. Our pick in 2033. Throw in that Knicks pick as well. 4 first-round picks, Peyton Watson and Jaime Jaquez for basically just Jason Tatum. Oh! 3 first-round picks. Now, Christian Collins and Peyton Watson and Jaime Jaquez for Keon Ellis, Henry Vassar, and Jason Tatum. Oh, man. I just feel like Jaylen Brown's going to regress heavy as soon as I trade for him. That's why I wanted to go for Tatum. Let's see. Maybe 2 first-round picks is enough for Jaylen Brown. Not even a counter, and 2 seconds. Not even a counter. All right, 3 firsts. Fine. Take our 2033 pick. Oh my God, you guys are not about to get 4 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown. Okay, but I look in the trade finder and this pops up. Oh my God. Anything for Tatum? No, nothing for Tatum. Okay. Peyton Watson, Jaime Jaquez, and a first-round pick for Jaylen Brown and Hugo Gonzalez. So I was trying to give them back more draft capital. It still should be realistic because I think they should get 2 first-round picks here. PBR pick in 2031. I don't have an intention of being bad there. So I'll give you guys an additional first-round pick. Oh my God. All right, you know what? Let's just do the trade. Goddamn. Okay. Jaylen Brown, welcome to the team. Peyton Watson, thank you for your services. You helped me get Jaylen Brown. So now he's going to be the #1 option with Jakucionis, Darius Acuff. Now I did lose Peyton Watson and Jaime Jaquez, so my power forward depth is a little lacking. But I mean, I also got back Hugo Gonzalez and Henry Vassar that was not something I was planning on. Okay, so this is going to be the 10-man rotation. Kasparis, Acuff, Jaylen Brown, Quaintance, and Kel'el Ware. Off the bench is Hugo Gonzalez, Miles McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Jackson Richardson. I think that was the move we had to make to really solidify ourselves as a contender in the Eastern Conference, and hopefully the record will reflect that. Contract extensions, McBride is eligible. That's a bargain for Miles McBride, so I'll give him that. Nobody else. 40 and 22, second in the conference, third in power ranking. I think we're looking nice for this upcoming playoff run. Okay, last week of the year, 50-plus win season solidified, and we ended 55 and 27. Cam Boozer MVP. Jaime Jaquez, another 6-man of the year, one for Jaime, this time in Boston. Darius Acuff, most improved. All right, we finished with the second best record in the Eastern Conference. Jaylen Brown, #1 option, Jaylen Brown, 27, 5, and 3. Darius Acuff, 21 a night, 6 assists, 56, 43, 83 splits. Jakucionis, 19 and 9. We'll round up 50, 40, 90. Kel'el Ware, career year again, 18 and 10. 2 blocks, a steal a night. Best efficiency of his career. Quaintance, best year of his career as well. Collins is trying to find his way. This selection is looking really bad because I passed up on the rookie of the year when I selected him. Best offense in the entire league, and our defense went up to 11th. I think it was 15th. Went up to 11th. So damn near top 10 in offense and defense. Round 1 of the playoffs, we're taking on Toronto. Quickly, Jacoby, Brandon, Scotty, and Mogbo. So yeah, they haven't really made that many adjustments to their team. Our team is better. We take game 1 and 2. Let's sim out. Oh my God. Then we drop the very next 3 games. Oh my God, dude. Bro, I think we were up 3 with like 15 seconds left. The #6 seed makes it to the finals out east, and they actually win. Jalen Johnson, finals MVP, bro. I'm going all in on this upcoming year because it's going to be the 5th year of the rebuild, and I'm not editing 6 years of rebuild footage. And honestly, yeah, Sam Cassell, I know you got us a 2 seed and everything, but that first round exit was very disappointing. So let's see who's here. Nick Nurse, Mike Brown, Rick Carlisle, Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka is going to take us to the promised land. Take all the money you need. Let's go, Ime. All right, let's just go straight to the offseason because I know I got to spend a bit here. Oh, we actually had some first-round picks. I'll bring them in just in case I need to make a trade. So, yeah, last year of the rookie deal for Darius Acuff and Henry Vassar. We'll bring back Dante and all these guys too. Patrick Williams, 4-star system fit. He's only 27. Yeah, let me give him a 3-year contract. I can keep the cap hold on Kasparis, and we're gonna give Kasparis his bag, and Hugo, I'll probably just bring him back on the qualifying if I'm being honest. Let's trim the fat here. All right, I can do a 2-for-1 this recent pick and Josh Leonard for a Huck Porty and a first-round pick from Utah. Okay, I can do a 3-for-1 here for Brandon Pajemski and a first-round pick. All right, Brown only goes down by 1. That's good. Christian Collins goes up by 6. Kel'el Ware goes up by 1. And Acuff, Vassar develop. I'll probably play Vassar. Quaintance finally develops by 4. That's big time. Okay. This is the year, man. This is the year. We're going all in. Last year of the rebuild, year 5. Hopefully we can make a title run in this one. Starting lineup is exactly the same. Off the bench is Hugo, Collins, Vassar, Miles McBride, and Mitchell Robinson. System proficiency, 4-star balance under now Ime Udoka. Hopefully this pickup will be the one that takes us to the promised land. All right, y'all. Trade deadline 2030. 42-9. 42-9. First in power rank, first in conference, first in offensive rating by far. Defensive rating, we fall off a little bit. Outside of the top 10, but it's still good. Rating differential, first in the entire league by far. Jaylen Brown leading us in scoring, 27, 4 and 4, 60% from the field. Goodness. Darius Acuff, 21 a night, 7 assists, 57, 45, 86 splits. Kasparis, 19 and 9. Kel'el Ware, every year his PPG goes up. 18 and 9, 61% from the field, 37% from 3. Christian Collins, he's having a breakout year. Finally, I told him to shoot a little less from 3, so now, he's a 13-point per game scorer. So that's helped things out. And these were our other pickups in the Jaylen Brown trade. Not being a top 10 defense, it kind of not worries me, but it's like, if we're this good, I feel like we should be a top 10 defense. Maybe I just add like a defensive, like a true like lockdown defender on the perimeter. The Timberwolves are kind of bad. They have Jaden McDaniels. He's not making that much money, so let me try to trade for him. I would offer you Brandon Pajemski. You can have Hugo Imga and just give me back a minimum player in return. Kai Jones for the vibes. And I'll give you this Knicks pick. Hell yeah. Okay, so this is the updated rotation. Starting 5 is exactly the same, but now off the bench is McDaniels, Collins, Vassar, Gonzalez, and McBride. I'm going to go make Hugo Gonzalez a 2-guard primarily. We're good to go, man. We're good to go. Okay, Jaylen Brown, broken right forearm, out 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, I guess it's not the worst time in the world to have that injury because he will be back for the playoffs, but I just realized I never got that 2031 Lakers pick that I was supposed to get from the Bam Adebayo trade. Can we get 60 wins though? That's the question. We're definitely on pace for it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get 60 wins before we even hit April. And we finished the season 68 and 14. Ime Udoka, coach of the year, deservedly. Stats on the year, I'm just going to scroll through them really quickly. We had 3 20-point per game scorers. Kel'el got up to 18. So obviously best offense in the entire league. Defensively, we're close to being 10th, but we stayed at 11. Rating differential 15.3. I'm condensing this to a 9-man rotation, so that means probably McBride. Going to be the odd man out, yeah. Well, this is going to be the bench quartet. Jaden McDaniels, Christian Collins, Hugo Gonzalez, and Henry Vassar. Going to up the minutes for our top guys. So we're going to get Jaylen Brown to 35 minutes, Jakucionis to 35 minutes, 33 to Acuff. Yeah, honestly, that's fine. We'll give 1 more minute to Jaden McDaniels. Okay, taking on the Knicks. They still got Brunson and Bridges. Ron Holland, our old friend, we had him for I think 2 seasons. And they still got Cat over there. Jaylen Brown does not look right in number 20. We gentlemen sweep them 4-1. Taking on Chicago now. Rob Dillingham, Cedric Howard. That's a fun little backcourt. Oh, they got Cam Boozer. Take game 1 and 2. Oh, Henry Vassar, broken left kneecap, out for the entire season. That's why we have backup centers or third string centers, because Mitchell Robinson, plug and play. 3-1, 4-1, conference finals. Taking on the Hawks, who I think just won the championship. That's on the playoffs thus far. Jaylen Brown, 24 a night, followed by Kasparis and Darius, both dropping 22 a night off the bench. Kel'el Ware, damn near 20 a night as well. 3.6 blocks per night. Let's go. Okay, let's look at this team. Oh my God. I meant to look at the team. The Spurs just made the finals. Okay, so they got Dyson, Kobe, Reese Shea, Jalen Johnson, and Okongwu. That's a solid little team. I think we're better. Let's try to win game 6 in Atlanta. The third quarter. Okay, wire to wire finish. We won every single quarter. 136 to 100. Jaylen Brown, 33 points, 5 boards, 6 assists in a closeout game. Shout out Kasparis, 15 free throw attempts. Kel'el Ware, 21 and 13. Wemby, Conference Finals MVP out west. Kasparis, Conference Finals MVP out east. All right, here we go. Backcourt of Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox. Auto-generated small forward, it looks like. Carter Bryant has developed into their starting power forward. And, of course, Victor Wembanyama. That's going to be a lot for Kel'el Ware to handle. Try your best, my guy. They take game one, 121 to 120. Damn it. It was a close game from start to finish. We have home court, right? Yeah, we can't lose both at home, guys. Come on. Oh, and we do just that. We give up 150. Jaylen Brown dropped 41. A-Cup dropped 35. But we just could not stop them. 2 40-point games? All right, backs up against the wall, man. I don't even want to simcast it. Let's just... Okay. Harper still went off for 42. Wemby had 31. But our offense was just better. I'd rather not go down 3-1. But we lose by 1. Hey, it's just two high-powered offenses duking it out. All right, take game 4, or that was game 5 rather, in blow-up fashion actually, 142 to 119. Kasparis 36 and 10. Can we force game 7? No, we cannot. We cannot. Damn, we lose in 6 to the Spurs. Harper Finals MVP. Okay, but hey, I put together a team that should be a perennial Eastern Conference contender. Developed with Jakucionis, Kel'el Ware, and our 2026 pick Darius A-Cuff. Made an opportunistic pickup in adding Jaylen Brown. Other opportunistic pickups like Jaden McDaniels. We developed Jaden Quaintance, developed Christian Collins as well. So put together a really good team. We just ran into an even better team. And if you want to see another rebuild like this one, I've got my most recent team rebuild popping up on the screen right now. If you enjoyed this Miami reset and want to see how I handled another franchise's timeline, that's the one you're going to want to click. As always, I appreciate you for rocking with me all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps the channel, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future rebuilds, NBA deep dives, or episodes from the Nets franchise series. Other than that, I'll catch y'all on the next one.